Hi, everyone. We're thankful to have you with us on this Wednesday, the eve of the Sayersville Independent Edition that comes out, of course, weekly and on Thursdays. We'll tell you more about that in just a few moments. It is the 17th day of July. It has been a hit and miss day weather-wise, of course, a lot of that due to a lot of leftovers from what's left of Hurricane Barry. We've got more showers and storms in your forecast, but some sun and definitely that heat that we have been talking about for days. Thunderstorms possible at times, really, from they're ending this evening, but Thursday all the way through Tuesday, some pretty good chances throughout there, and the heat and humidity will combine, and we'll have heat indices of 100 and 105 from Friday through at least the first part of Saturday evening. I have a planned power outage for a large portion of McGoffin County set for just a few days. McGoffin County Fiscal Court met last evening. Financial statement, if you will, from the judge executive and some other items that we'll cover. A Sayersville man who, on his second run-in with authorities, fled authorities, led them on a brief pursuit, running through a couple of red lights before being arrested, and his passenger fleeing, and much, much more before I leave you. And that's not anywhere close to the news that we have in-house and to work on this evening. It's going to be a long one for someone here behind the desk during the overnight. A couple of reports before we jump to those headlines. I do have this from the Big Sandy Community Action Program. Their annual community health fair is coming up, not tomorrow, but Friday. That's right, this Friday from noon till 3. They're having free screenings, sports physicals, EKGs, A1C checks, diabetic screenings, vision screening, and more. And that's not enough. Door prizes as an incentive. Tickets to Keeneland, the Louisville Zoo, Cincinnati Reds, Creation Museum, the Kentucky Horse Park, Lexington Legends, and more. This is all at Paintsville, but eligible for McGoffin County residents as well at Johnson Central Middle School this Friday from noon until 3 o'clock. It's the annual Johnson McGoffin County Community Health Fair, as they refer to it, but to be held at Central, once again, noon till 3. Representatives will be on hand to help visitors learn more about their employment and training services for people of all ages, their weatherization program, garden seed program, and a host of other services. A wide variety of organizations are also going to be present to share information. King's Daughters, Blue Cross Blue Shield, Highlands, Big Sandy Healthcare, Kentucky Blood Center, Kentucky Cancer Program, Mountain Comp, Big Sandy Community and Technical College, the list goes on. This year's health fair is overflowing with prizes, screenings, and information. This program is funded in part by the Community Services Block Grant made available by the Cabinet for Health and Family Services. Once again, Friday, noon to 3 at Johnson County Middle School. Our first headline tonight will be that of a Sayersville man whose second run-in with Sayersville police ended in his arrest and the search for his passenger who jumped and bailed the vehicle. According to the driver, after holding a knife on the driver, telling him he needed to flee police to keep from being hurt or worse. Around 6 a.m. Monday morning, I believe it was, Sayersville police officer Mike Nichols arrested James E. Stacy, 43 of Sayersville, on his second run-in with him. The first actually came hours earlier that night, Sunday night, when Nichols responded to a call of a suspicious person on 114 around the BP, where he found James Stacy, questioned him, spoke with him, ran his ID. It came back as no valid driver's license, and that was the end of the situation. But at around 5:50 that morning, a few hours later, Nichols was still on his overnight patrol and saw a car pull up to the red light there at the Catholic Church in the Mountain Parkway, and saw that Stacy was behind the wheel, knowing he didn't have a valid driver's license. And he says that when Stacy saw the officer, he took off and fled, running a red light, running the next red light, and then continued to flee the officer, and then once again went towards the BP, turned on the back road there behind the Burning Fork Community Church, and that's when a passenger, when Stacy stopped the vehicle, jumped out and fled on foot. As for Stacy, he was still in the car when Nichols got out and was charged with driving on a DUI suspended license, third offense, no insurance, fleeing and evading the officer, having prescription drugs in their improper container, and possession of a controlled substance in the third degree. As for his passenger, he was identified as a Cody Hilton, William Cody Hilton, who fled on foot. The officer Nichols has since obtained an arrest warrant for that charge, as well as wanton endangerment and terroristic threatening. Stacy telling the officer that he had fled the officer in the motor vehicle because Hilton was holding a knife to his side, saying that he shouldn't stop or he would indeed be injured. Like I said at the top of the program, a planned power outage for a big portion of McGoffin County in a few days. I'll give you a map and some finite details on that. And we'll go to the fiscal court meeting from earlier in the week right after these messages. Big Sandy Healthcare and Hope Family Medical Center are proud to announce the newest addition to their staff and team of over 200 dedicated employees and medical professionals. Podiatrist Dr. Cheryl Stalder-Cheney has joined Big Sandy Healthcare at the Hope Family Podiatry Center in Sayersville on Beriah Boulevard, just a couple of doors up from the least famous recipe. For anything minor or serious foot or ankle related, Dr. Stalder-Cheney is now accepting new patients at Hope Family Podiatry Center in Sayersville. Your new IGA has fresh brewed coffees and delicious donuts made 7 days a week. Daily made breads piled high with any meat or cheese you can think of. And come and taste the salads, broccoli and cauliflower, cornbread, and their gourmet chicken salad made fresh right here. They've got fruit and vegetable and meat trays made with a little love, and celebrate anything with perfectly professionally made cakes. All fresh and ready for your next meal, party, or event at your Sayersville IGA, where it's a new day, place, and way to shop.
SSI and disability cases are harder to win these days. You need all the help you can get. If the government has turned you down, I will not. Many factors are considered when a claim is being processed, like your age, education, physical, and mental disabling conditions. When it comes time to winning your disability case, you should not face a federal judge alone. You need an attorney who is experienced, determined, hardworking, knowledgeable, and dedicated to helping you win benefits that you deserve. If you need help with your SSI or disability case, call me, Donald Wayne McFarland, and let me go to work for you.
Of course, you can always get guaranteed great deals this time of year on mowers and weed eaters and blowers, but right now at Parkway Gun and Pawn, they've also got an incredible selection of hand and power tools, guitars, and musical instruments just in, new and used, long and handguns, and ammunition and more, with no pawn limits and cash today on anything you want to sell or pawn. Parkway Gun and Pawn. Just like that, we've jumped into the spring allergy season with all the buds and blooms, tree and grass pollen, mold, and all the nasal congestion, sneezing, itchy nose and eyes and throat that they cause. Don't get caught off guard. Protect yourself daily with a quick trip to Parkway Pharmacy for over-the-counter and prescription relief. And you can always log into parkwaypharmacy.com to have your prescriptions ready when you get there at Parkway Pharmacy in Sayersville. A few words from the Big Sandy Jail's new administrator before the fiscal court. A few other items discussed, beginning with a financial statement, if you will, from Judge Executive Matthew Wireman in regards to the beginning budget they have. July 1 marks the beginning of the new fiscal year, what will be his first complete fiscal year in office, and he says it's starting off on a very meager note.
We had over $1.7 million in 13-14 in general fund. Why is that significant? Because our revenues are declining, and we continue to see the revenues decline. But as we know, in everything that we deal with, our expenses are growing and increasing, even though we're trying to provide the same or fewer services.
Along with the judge's presentation and remarks, he provided this chart which shows the declining beginning balances at the beginning or start of each of the previous fiscal years going back to 2014. He says in 2014 the fiscal court had a beginning general fund balance of $1.7 million. The next year in 2015 it was down to $936,000. 2016 $663,000. 2017 $498,000. 2018 $473,000, and this year in his first fiscal year $255,000.
Just for a reference point, having this beginning balance of $255,000, our bills are pretty close to that. So when we start looking at cash flow and being able to provide the same services, it may be that we're looking at in the near future possibly reducing some services. We're trying to take all things into account. We've already had to cut some things in this the current year's budget. We're in the 2020 fiscal year now, But we hope people understand that from the general fund and the LGEA fund especially, that a lot of the things that services we provide come out of the general fund and the LGEA fund. The LGEA fund is funded with coal severance money solely. And coal severance receipts are down quite a bit. 4 years ago, we were getting $400 and some thousand dollars, $500 and some thousand dollars a year. We're down to $200,000 a year. We can't keep providing the same services that we've been doing with less and less revenue. On the flip side of that, we have the highest tax rates in the state. That's indisputed. We've got to get that down. Only way to get that down is to cut spending. If we don't get our rates down, we're going to struggle to bring businesses and invite people in here to come and live here. We can't be the highest taxed county in the state and expect people to flock to McGoffin County. If anything, the current trend that we have is a declining population, and every person that packs up and leaves McGoffin County takes their pocketbook with them. And that hurts all of us. It means that to keep the same services, each of us have to pay more because there's fewer of us to pay for those things. So we ask that you bear with us as services and things are brought up to cut, because that's coming. We see it in the future. Tax rates will be brought up at the next, probably in the August meeting. We don't want to keep taxing our people into oblivion. So we just need to be ready for those things. On the flip side of it, our road fund is okay. We do have money in the road fund, but guess what, folks? We can only spend that on the roads, and that's what we're doing. We can't take that money and put it into the general fund. We can apportion a small portion for administrative cost, and we'll probably have to do that for cash flow before we collect taxes. But it's $230,000 is the most we could possibly get. But we are working on the roads. We are doing all those things, and we'll have reports later in the meeting on that. But I just want to make it clear that services that may have been cut in this budget was done purely for financial reasons.
And with that discussion, a motion was made and approved to accept the treasurer's settlement. From there, the deputy judge gave an update on ongoing efforts that newly installed and functioning HVAC system in the community center, ongoing cleaning and renovations at the judicial center, the Sayersville Renaissance program, the ongoing 911 environmental study, which is still being done, which has to be done before they can move the 911 operations from the Lloyd M. Hall Community Center over to the courthouse. And he also noted that they are still making calls to verify 911 addresses. So residents need to be looking for that phone call if they haven't received them already to get those updated. Howard also said they've completed about 80 of 150 FEMA projects, and they are currently focusing on cleaning and remodeling the old daycare center, as we took you through a tour a few days ago, for the Big Sandy Community and Technical College to use for their services starting August 1st. Next was a special guest, new jail administrator of the Big Sandy Regional Detention Center, Byron Hansford, who says he knows from experience what shape the Big Sandy Regional Detention Center needs to be in.
I worked over there after I retired from state police. I actually worked over there under Randy Madden, and he had that jail in about the best condition we get a jail. And we'd like to get back to that. Right now it's not. And we've got our work cut out for us, to be honest. And we are, well, today I had somebody come in my office wanting to talk to me, and they thanked me for having the door open. So apparently the door didn't stay open too often in the administrator's office. I'll keep the door open, unless there's something going on, that's shut. But the door will be open for the public. I'm not afraid to talk to them. I may not like what I say, but if I can help them, I'll help. And the inmates that are there, like I went through the jail today and I talked to them and I told them, we don't put you in here, we can't let you out until they tell us to let you out. But we're going to make sure the conditions here are livable. And, they got to work with us, they got to take care of themselves, but we'll do our part also.
Hansford also noted some of his initial objectives were to continue cleaning on the facility, and also the challenge of working with the guard staff, 71% of which have been on the job for a year or less. And in a few other items of business, the fiscal court voted to make a pledge of a future $5,000 to the Kentucky Mountain Regional Recreation Authority, of which the judge executive is the treasurer. I spoke of this during coverage of their recent meeting, in which they are working hard to bring recreational activities to 35 eastern Kentucky counties, with their first goal to connect all of those counties with ATV trails. And they also chose an architect for the Battlefield Park restroom project, which is still ongoing. If you haven't stopped by the seasonal shop lately, you're missing out. They've got new arrivals weekly and great deals every day, and the entire store has a fresh new look. Summer's here and the seasonal shop is ready for fun, sun, and the cutest clothes. They've got outfits for any special occasion you might have on your calendar, or casual outfits for any day of the week. So come in and let them help you select the perfect outfit, and don't forget the jewelry. They've got a large selection of some of the most unique jewelry in the area, and they've got everything you need for your pool or beach days, with bright, beautiful cover-ups and caftans, sunglasses, towels, and hats. And new patchwork Kentucky hats with a heart over Sagersville are the perfect way to keep the sun off your face. At Fraser's Prater Drugs Seasonal Shop.
Appalachian Wireless wants to know if you're tired of settling for a phone you didn't really want because it was more about the cost of the device rather than the phone you really wanted. Well, Appalachian Wireless has the solution, and it's called the Appalachian Advantage. With Advantage, every phone model is back on the table because you only have to pay the taxes on the device you really want. Many of our hottest smartphones are less than $50 up front, then a few extra dollars on your monthly bill. With Appalachian Advantage. Payment agreement is required. See store for complete details.
At Sagersville National Bank, they know your house is much more than your home. It's an investment, and for many of us, the biggest we'll ever make. And whether it's for needed repairs and maintenance, or a new addition or renovation to give you some more room and more equity, let Sagersville National Bank deal with all the financial work and worry. Real and real competitive, hometown, homegrown, home improvement loans at Sagersville National. From brakes, exhaust, suspension, fluid changes, to expert collision and auto body, to turning your 4x4 or diesel from mild to wild, get real auto maintenance, paint, and repair at Black Smoke Performance in Dixie of Sagersville. 349-8785. Getting the best deal on the best tires with the best service has never been easier. Just log on to conleytire.net, check out the latest rebates, sales, and promotions, pick out the tires you want, and email, call, or come by. For huge savings from the family who's been proudly serving the area for over 32 years. Conley Tire in Staffordsville, 297-2424. In other headlines, a widespread power outage is set for a big portion of McGoffin County, not tomorrow, but 1 week from tomorrow. I have an accompanying map and some more details to let you know who is going to be affected. I don't have an exact number yet on the number of customers. I'm trying to run down that and a few other details, but here's what we can share with you tonight. This is 1 week from tomorrow, next Thursday. They're upgrading a substation, and we'll try to find out some more details later. We just received the announcement a few moments ago, but the Licking Valley Rural Electric Cooperative says today that their members served by the Sublet station are going to experience a planned outage next Thursday, the 25th. The power could be cut off for as long as 6 hours, starting around 8 o'clock that morning. And here, this map that we've put together kind of shows you exactly where that area is. If you go to the very top of your screen, that, of course, is Sagersville, and it starts there on Parkway Drive, and then, of course, goes to the south. John May, who's the manager of administrative services for Licking Valley RECC, told us here that East Kentucky Power maintains the substations throughout their service area, and the Sublet station is needing some upgrades to its equipment to ensure continued reliability. So in the map released by Licking Valley RECC that we've enhanced here a little bit, the areas affected are all south of the Mountain Parkway, Route 114, and include Route 7 from Sagersville to Gunlock, Route 30, Middle Fork, Route 1090, Lakeville, Stinson, and Bear Branch, Route 3337, down and around, Route 867, River Road and Gun Creek, Route 1635, Oakley, Route 1471, Half Mountain, and Punchin, Route 1766, and Route 542 on Trace. May says that Licking Valley RECC will be calling those members to be affected next week using their automated phone system if they have correct or numbers on file. But you can also call their office if you have any questions at 743-3179 for more information. And if we can get some more information about that, or at least we'll have a reminder, I can promise you that between now and then. From there, it's calendar announcements and reminders and a birthday. Another birthday kicking off tonight's McGoffin Farm Bureau community calendar, and this is a big one. It's 80 years in the making. Happy 80th to you, Bill. Bill Poe, happy birthday. Love your wife, your daughters, and your grandsons, and a host of others. Happy birthday to you. Happy 80th birthday to Bill Poe. Don't forget the McGoffin County Head Start is always searching for awesome kiddos and taking applications for Head Start. And if your child is going to be 3 or 4 by this first day of August, they can be enrolled. All you have to do is call 349-34888 for more information to get your child into Head Start in McGoffin County. Don't forget flag football sign-ups this Saturday, 10 till noon at the McGoffin County High School lobby. And next Friday, not this Friday, but next, also at the high school lobby from 6 to 8 that evening. This is for players and cheerleaders in grades K through 3rd, and coaches, they need you too. Baptize Me with Fire, Danny Roy Ministries, are going to be at the altar here in McGoffin County on 460 West this Friday and Saturday at 7. They're having a big giveaway on Saturday afternoon at 1 with free food and clothing and a whole lot of other items. They hope that you'll join them as well. And the Sagersville Grade School is having Camp Kindergarten this Friday morning, 10 till 1. Come meet your teachers and classmates. All the kids get a free Eagle t-shirt. They're serving lunch. It's a great way to spend the afternoon, especially for those new kindergartners. And the McGoffin County Senior Citizen Center is giving out commodities tomorrow, 12:30 till 2:20. And we can't stress through Director Marlene Howard how important it is that you pick up those boxes, because they're going to lose their allotment if they don't give all out that they have. And we can't stress how wonderful our community calendar is, because it is. It's free. If you got an announcement, birthday, anniversary, otherwise, just tell me. We'll tell everyone about it. Phone, fax, email, Facebook. Drop it off here at the Independent or Your News Today offices, and I'll be glad to get it on. Now going on to this evening's funeral service announcements. They're provided nightly by the McGoffin County Funeral Home, and the first is for 82-year-old Mila D. McCarty of Laurel Branch, who passed away on the 14th, survived by his wife Lily and daughters Pamela Jean Bush, Pauline Marie Mullins, and Lisa K. Maynard. Visitation is tonight and prior to tomorrow morning's services that will start at 11 from the McGoffin County Funeral Home. And 42-year-old Joe Allen of Carty Branch Road passed away on the 15th, survived by his wife Frida Williams Allen, a daughter Jolena Allen, and stepsons Keith and Heath Howard. Visitation starts tomorrow night after 6. Services start Friday at 1, all from the McGoffin County Funeral Home. Shower chances winding down. We've not seen any severe weather that I'm aware of in the viewing area. There have been a few potent storms across some parts of eastern Kentucky earlier today, partially due to, of course, what's left over from Hurricane Barry. But now we're talking about looking on and looking to heat up. Showers and thunderstorms possible essentially from tomorrow through Tuesday of next week, although the thunderstorm chances on Friday and Saturday we mainly confine to areas near the Virginia border and Tennessee. That's when we're going to see the heat and humidity continue to climb. An expansive dome of high pressure is going to develop and cover parts of the area, generally northwest of the Mountain Parkway, to end the work week and start the weekend. And this oppressive regime will be aided by warm air aloft, preventing showers or storms for those parts of eastern Kentucky. So shower chances look to be slim during the same time that we'll see the heat roll in. And once again, heat indices for Friday and Saturday well over the triple-digit mark. As for the details of your Licking Valley RECC outlook, they continue to show the same hot, muggy, and somewhat stormy pattern at times. Now, we have seen, of course, those showers, the leftovers from Barry, on and off today. The viewing area has been spared of any severe weather. Glad to report southwesterly winds 5 to 16 miles per hour in the forecast tonight. Showers ending for the most part around 9 o'clock or so. For your Thursday, 88 and 70, partly sunny. We see a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms throughout, on and off, throughout your Thursday. Not that great, and still kind of the remnants of Barry. We clear up and dry up for a day, and that's when the heat, as we've been talking about for days, starts to crank up. We should hit about 90 degrees, mostly sunny and hot for your Friday, 91, 92, not out of the realm. Friday night, 71 and partly cloudy. No sign of showers or storms. Very little sign for the first half of your weekend, but the 90s still in town. Mostly sunny, hot, 90 again. We have to put in a 10% chance of some showers, mainly after 5 o'clock in the evening on your Saturday night. But those chances right now look to be nothing more than about 10%. Sunday shower chances increase. Temperatures drop a whole degree down to about 89 and 70 for your high and low. Partly sunny for the latter half of your weekend. We'll actually have about a 10% chance of showers early Sunday, but it's going to go quickly to about 40% by afternoon and then hover there for the rest of your Sunday. Monday, temperatures no longer hovering around 90. We get back to below average a bit. 83, mostly cloudy, and showers possible to the tune of 40% Monday. 81 on your Tuesday. Again, another day, flirting with the upper 70s. I don't think we'll get there, but nevertheless, mostly sunny, albeit 81 degrees. Wednesday of next week, it'll be a slow climb out of that low 80 mark at 82, but sunny and dry. Well, the truth is, as far as the news is concerned here at Your News Today, I'm not even sure what we have in store for the rest of the week. I just know it's a long list of meetings and other coverage and reports that we have already in-house and I'm working on. As for tomorrow's edition of the Sayersville Independent, more than what I had on the planned power outage. Representative John Blanton of McGoffin County is co-sponsoring a bill prohibiting sanctuary cities. More coverage of the fiscal court and Sayersville City Council meetings, Kinder Camp, photos and information, the school page, summer edition, the old page, teachers' salaries in 1954. Promise you that will be an interesting read. Our historical page brought to you by Grover Arndt, attorney at law. Just scratching the surface of what you'll find in tomorrow's paper, like every week, news that you can't find even here on Your News Today or elsewhere. We simply have this program and the paper, and both are full, and it takes both to get caught up on all the local news. So we hope you pick up a paper tomorrow and see us back here tomorrow night. Thanks for watching.